Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch Project. My website is OverwatchProject.com. Check it out if you want to know more about what I talk about here or are interested in investigating reality. In this short podcast, I wanted to cover a couple things. First, I went to see the new Spiderman movie yesterday, Far From Home, and try not to give away any spoilers, but I had to make a quick review of it. The movie was excellent. I thought it was really funny, but the stuff they show you in these movies via allegory is amazing. So without giving too much away, the movie does go kind of in a very obvious way into the things that you may have read about like Project Bluebeam, using holographic technology to create false flag events, and fake news, media manipulation, and mind control. So I thought it has a lot of deep stuff in there, on top of it being very entertaining and funny, which is what these movies are kind of amazing. Matter of fact, coincidentally, after I watched Spider-Man last night, I decided to go. I was checking out my Amazon Prime, and I found this old movie from 1984. I remember watching it in the 80s. It was called Runaways, and it was a movie with Tom Selleck. It takes place in a future, but I don't think it really tells you what year it is. But it is amazing what this movie, based on, I think, a Michael Crichton book, predicted. In the movie Runaways, you'll see artificial intelligence, machines being used against humans that are hacked to hurt us instead of help us. But also the things that it predicted, like small drones, small flying drones that are pretty accurately shown in 1984, tablet PCs, and even at one point, the female police officer in the movie, Tom Selleck's partner, she's holding what looks like a smartphone from now, almost like a device similar to an Android or an iPhone. So it is amazing what these movies can show you. So that movie is from 1984, and even though there's certain things that are a little cheesy in it now and outdated, it is incredible what they show you in these movies, and allegory, and what they get correct. Also, on my blog, I found this YouTuber that was debunking the flat Earth, and I just had to make a commentary because he does a good job scientifically responding to globe busters, and he does a great job here. But as my thing about Overwatch Project is to truly try to know as much general information about every possible thing I can get my mind to take in, and be aware of my own cognitive biases, and that's why I've been able to completely change my view of the world and reality over the last many years. So while the physical universe is what physical scientists can measure and observe, which basically is a planet with solar system and stars and galaxies and all this other stuff, science will also simultaneously admit that it is like a hologram. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. If you go on my blog, or my minds.com, today at least, let's see, today is July 8th. So it's actually at the top, near the top of my blog, there's a couple of posts there. One is from the Axis of Evil, about the cosmic background radiation. And below that is Professor, what's his name? This YouTuber. Professor Dave Explains is his YouTube channel. And the video is Response to Globe Busters, the Earth Still Isn't Flat. And I listened to his whole 45-minute video, which even I in the past have made a video about, hey, Yes, you can go to Antarctica. You can charter boats. They will take you there. There's air service. So you can go down there. You don't have to go to space to do your little experiments. And he basically covered some of the same stuff that I mentioned in an earlier video about that. But I'm stunned. I really am stunned sometimes, where you can listen to people and eventually they will fall into their own bias trap. So he does mention the cosmic background radiation in his video response to Globebusters, except he either is ignoring what I mentioned in previous videos on my own about the cosmic background radiation, having an anomaly that these scientists should know about that kind of really breaks their Big Bang theory. It really breaks this randomness of meaningless position of the Earth and stuff like that. So they call that the axis of evil. He mentions it. He mentions the cosmic background radiation, but doesn't seem to know or has chosen to ignore the axis of evil, which is if you didn't understand what that is, basically after 3 different space probes were sent out to measure the CMB and observe it. One was called the WMAP probe. Then there was the Kobe, and then the last one was Planck, with all different people and all different technology, and they get the same results. That's what these scientists, when they're doing science, so when they get the same results over and over again, doing the same observation, doing the same experiments, that should therefore decide where the science goes. But see, science isn't always science. As you've heard Mark Passio and others point out, science can be scientism. So what does the CMB show? It shows that the universe has axis lines of this cold and hot regions, literally cuts through the Earth's ecliptic plane. It almost is, it's too precise to be some meaningless explosion. From nothing came everything by accident. Bullshit that science continues to cling on to as a doctrine, basically. And later toward the end of the video, for some odd reason, after mentioning the Dunning-Kruger effect, this guy dives into the vaccine thing, mentions conspiracy theories. Now, if he's a astrophysicist or an astronomer and he knows about that, then you should comment about that because he's an expert in that. I'm an expert in looking and investigating things. So I don't claim to be a scientist. I'm just listening, reading, observing what everybody says, and then putting it together in like a tapestry to try to make sense of it all. But this guy is an expert in astronomy, so he shouldn't be deviating on a flat Earth video into vaccines. And it kind of reveals that even people that are aware of the Dunning-Kruger effect, the backfire effect, cognitive biases, they will eventually fall into that trap themselves if you let them talk long enough, which is kind of odd, really odd. Human behavior is really disturbing at times. Anyway, also, hopefully everything will go according to plan, and I'll be back in a week. But I am going to go on a little trip, so I may make some updates while I'm on my trip. But, I'm going to be traveling and flying to visit some family for a few days. So I'll get back to you after that, or maybe during, who knows. And then I may make an updated intro video after I get back. But I'll keep you guys posted. So check out OverwatchProject.com. Check out my Minds.com account, which is my blog, basically. If you go to Overwatch Project, you can click on the blog link. It'll take you right to my Minds page where you can see these things I just talked about posted there. And, do your own research. Do your own investigation. Be aware of your own biases. Be your own guru. Don't let people tell you what is, but rather discover it for yourself. Good luck out there. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.